Hello, my lovely friends, it's Margaret, and this is a vlog. So, as it turns out, while I'm supposed to be writing my book, I'm also doing my own readathon. Smart move there, Margaret. Yes, brilliant thinking. So this is the vlog for Questathon, in which I will be covering, I'm still going to keep working on the book and writing, but I'm also going to be reading all of my picks for Questathon. Just real quick, I'm going to go through what I am reading for the readathon. Obviously, I'm reading The Blood of Olympus by Rick Riordan because our live show is on Sunday. It's on Sunday because that is Percy Jackson's birthday. Forgot to mention that in the TBR video. I have a list of, if you want any more information on the readathon, I will link up top the Questathon announcement, and I will have there somewhere my TBR and recommendations for books to read for this readathon. Anyways, but definitely this needs to get finished this week. This fulfills the prompt to read the final book in a series. It is also our group book. It actually fulfills all 5 of the book specific prompts. In theory, I don't actually know if there's any verse in here. Usually it's there's at least one prophecy in a Rick Riordan book, so there might be verse, but because Kier was looking down her nose at me for not reading a full verse novel, I'm also going to be reading, hopefully, The Long Way Down by Jason Reynolds this week. It is shiny as can be. This will be covering my prompt for read a book in verse and read more than one book in the week. And then we have some others that I'm going to try and start or actually read for read a book that is outside of your comfort zone. I have Death Note Volume 3 because I need to read this at some point, and Death Note is not it's plot driven and not character driven, and I'm not entirely sure that I like the characters, so we'll see. And then for read a book, that the one that you will enjoy, I'm going to be reading Orange High School Host Club Volume 9. One of these will also be the book for the prompt to read a book that is read a book outside your house. Yeah, that's somewhere that is not your house, because I apparently am going to be reading the entire book outside because Kier challenged me to. Really, what is it about Kier and I am being competitive? And then also for a hard-hitting book, I want to get at least through some of The Summer Children by Dot Hutchison, because I'm trying to read all of the first 3 books before I read the final book. And I am quite happy that I made that decision, because there is so much, especially in the first 2 books, that I had forgotten about the character dynamics. And I feel like I'm just going to have a more robust experience going into the Vanishing season having read this. Anyways, so, but the main focus this week is Blood of Olympus. I did the math. I need to read 85 pages of this a day to have finished by Saturday. In theory, I can pawn some of those pages off on Saturday, you know? But also, we're trying to write a book this month. We're not trying to write a book. We're trying to finish a book this month. So, just to let you know where we are with writing, today is not a writing day. Today is a video editing day. I actually have to get last week's vlog up. However, we're at 39,697 words in our manuscript at the moment. And so I need to get to 46,000 words by next Sunday to stay on track with finishing 60,000 words by the end of August. In theory, that is how much I will need to finish this book. In theory. I think that's everything I need to tell you guys, so I'm just going to go edit videos now. I don't know how to start videos anymore. Anyways, so it's Tuesday. That's the gist of things. That's what we're going with. I am here to talk to you about books. First off, I have started the group book for this read-along, Blood of Olympus. I don't know if you can tell. Hold on. Let me pull. I have my lovely Perkabeth bookmark. I got about 50 pages. I got exactly 50 pages. I remember that because I was like, I was on page 48. I was like, no, I'm not going to bed till we get to page 50. So I pushed. My eyes were closing, but I pushed. So I have started Blood of Olympus. I'm a little touch behind, but that's fine because again, I have Saturday to do some catch up. And then it just has to be done by Saturday, in theory, hopefully. And not necessarily by, yeah, I don't want to be trying to finish it on Sunday because it's been so long since I've read this. And I don't remember it as well as I remember any of the other books. That's saying something because I didn't remember any of the other books, at all. There's one scene that I know, two scenes that I know happened in this book, and then everything else is just a giant blur. My audiobook of the moment, I don't have in physical copy because I haven't bought it yet, but I have the book that came before, and that is Scarlet. So I'm listening to Crest right now. It just came in on my library, right after, I got Scarlet, and then 3 days later, I got Crest, and I was like, oh, fine, I'll read all of these. I'll have to pick, I have a different book that I need to listen to when I get there, but I also have Winter that just came in. So I am going to be just slamming through audiobooks this next week and a half. because I don't want to have to wait like the 6 months that it'll probably take me to get winter again. I really, really like how like the fairy tale is a part of it, but it's just like a hint of the fairy tale. Like you've got the right setup and everything, but it doesn't take over the whole story. Like closest it comes is in Cinder, which is like just like the beginning, and then she does such a good job like weaving all of the other stories in and making it so interconnected, and I love it. It is so good, and it's so balanced between all of the characters. I love this series so much. I can't believe it took me so long to read it. Like I knew I was gonna like it probably because I'm usually down for fairy tale anything, but like the fact that it took me so long to get into this, yeah. All right, so Tuesday means technically today is supposed to be a writing day. I am behind on editing, though I'm working on getting caught up. So I'm going to be doing video editing. I think what I'm gonna try and do is switching back and forth between like I'd like to get at least 1,000 words written. So that means I need to write for at least an hour. But then I also need to edit for quite a bit longer than that. So we're gonna do that because I have a video that's supposed to go up tomorrow. If it goes up Thursday, it will not be the end of the world, but I'm trying to stick to a Wednesday, Sunday schedule with vlogs on Mondays, and it's the vlogs that are really like throwing me off. So I might like sit down and just edit yesterday's clip and this clip a bit. I didn't update anyone yesterday. It was awful. So I'm just bad at vlogging, but I will try and check in with you guys later today. Yeah. All right, we're gonna make this short. I'm at the library. We're going to write. You have no idea how much it pains me to be stopping my audiobook because we just got to the reunion, and like, you know how Margaret feels about her reunions. Reunions are her lifeblood. She loves them. And I am stopping, like I'm stopping right at the point that I have been waiting for 3 whole books so I can work on my own book. It's fine. Everything is fine. So today's goal is to write 1,000 words. I did not write it all yesterday. It just didn't happen. I'll be happy if I can get 500 words today because we are starting a brand new chapter that has no previous, like this is where we not completely, but mostly divorce from the original plot that I had the first time I thought about writing this book. And so now we're going somewhere completely different. I don't know how this is going to go out because I have to write this chapter, and some of it might just be like insert interesting details about mission there on here. That might just be what happens in this chapter. Like I'll write all the stuff with the characters and them going to the town, and then I'll just be like, insert what happens here, and I'll move on to the next chapter. We'll see. I just want to finish this book. And if that means that there are pieces that I have to go back and rewrite later, we'll do that. I need to get this book written and done so that I can edit it and make it into something worth reading. Speaking of, I did not get any reading done last night because I'm a horrible, horrible booktuber and apparently can't get any reading done for my own readathon. I sat playing Kitchen Madness or Cooking Madness or whatever the name of the game that I have currently been playing. I sat playing that for an hour because I don't know why I did. I wanted to, I know what it was. I was trying to clear a level, and I just am having the hardest time clearing this level. And then the next thing you know, it's like 11 o'clock, and I'm like, I'm going to bed. We are not stressing over this any longer. So that's my day. Or that was my night. So hopefully I will get more done. I have Long Way Down by Jason Reynolds in my bag. In theory, we're going to write at the library. Library closes at 6 because it's Wednesday. And then we're going to go get dinner. And while we're eating dinner, I'm just going to sit and read Long Way Down. I will be back here tomorrow. So if I have to, I can sit down and finish the book here. I might not finish it in one sitting. Who knows? I don't know. Because I don't know if I'm going to sit and read for an hour at Panda Express or wherever I end up getting dinner. I don't know. So that scene was an even better disaster than I thought it was going to be. Oh my god. That was, there is so much ridiculous miscommunication going on right now, and like, it's the funniest kind, because it's the kind that you can see where people are like trying not to waste time, but in trying not to waste time and not talking, they are actually in fact wasting time, and I love it. I also need to use my inhaler. Alright, so we got like 700, like 1,300 words written today, so that is good. We're almost to 41,000. I was 6 words away from 41,000 when I closed the computer, and I was like, okay, I've gotten all the writing that I need to do. Like, I'd gotten to the end of the thought, and I was like, I'm not going to start another sentence just for 6 words. That's not happening. I wasn't sure where I was going anyways, so it's fine. Everything's fine. And I also got a chance to, it's in my bag, so I can't pull it out. I got a chance to start Long Way Down. I'm like 3/4 of the way through by now, because it's verse, so it's really quick to read. I've only been reading it for 45 minutes, and it's almost done. Anyways, I'm gonna hang out with a friend, but I just wanted to update you guys. I am liking Long Way Down right now. I love the concept of it, and I love the idea of having all of these people confront him. And it's really interesting because they're not all confronting him in the same, like, the way that you would think they are. One of the things, like, this has nothing to do with the actual storyline. But one of the things that, like, for this book at least, kind of stood out to me is that his mom has eczema. And that is the first time I have seen eczema represented in a way that is similar to my experience with it, in a book at least. Like, you'll hear people talk about eczema, and they'll talk about it like it's a little itchy spot every now and then, but it, like, when you're an adult and has, like, you don't see a lot of adults with eczema. You don't read about a lot of adults with eczema. I can think of like 2 people in real life that I know of that have eczema as adults. As I'm scratching, it's interesting because so often, like, most people grow out of eczema. Most people do. I haven't, obviously. It's better than it was when I was in my 20s and some days in my kid. Anyways, so, alright, so I'm gonna go hang out with my friend. And I need to use my inhaler because the Starbucks made my asthma go woo. Because I need to get Advair, and I've been lax about doing that. Anyways, I will check in with you guys later. Yes, I am wearing a neck brace. No, I have not been hurt. I've just been to the chiropractor, and there's not all that much that I can do right now that isn't uncomfortable with this. Like, I can't sit and typey on my book. Ugh, no, not fun. Anyways, so figured I just update you guys because I didn't update you yesterday because I was too busy reading and writing. That's a very good question, actually. Hold on. According to my notes in here, we are at 42,001 words. I wrote about 1,000 words last night. It was great. I was very happy with that, and I actually know kind of where I want to go for the next chapter, so I'm not going in blind. Like, I went in and I made notes. So, anyways, we want to be at 46,000 by Sunday. I don't know how we're going to work that because I have a lot that I'm doing on Sunday. It's going to be very busy. And then I have a live show tomorrow at 9, which should be fun. It's about doing book 2 over 30. Some reading has gotten done. Last night I finished Long Way Down by Jason Reynolds. I am still not sure what I'm going to rate this book, if I'm honest, because it's like between a 3 and a 4 star, because I really liked Jason Reynolds, how he structured the story and the characterization. I can't really comment on the verse because I am not someone who is, well versed in spoken word. So like for me, poetry is, I don't have that much technical knowledge of poetry and all of writing in verse and any of that, so I can't really critique that. I felt like it worked, but that ending frustrates me. Like, it is so freaking effective. Like, it is like, oh, that ending was just like a punch to the gut, and it was really well done and well crafted, but at the same time it's a little more open-ended than I personally like. So, like, on the one hand, endings are what make books for me. If you don't land the ending for me, I'm like, I don't like the book. But on the other hand, I can still recognize the importance of the narrative in this book. I can recognize the things it has to say about the cycle of violence. And I can recognize the fact that he was doing something with that ending, and he did it, and he made a very effective, evocative, like, emotional ending But at the same time, I'm like, but it still frustrates me. So I don't know. It's good though. I really, really like. It was just, it had such great emotional moments. Now, I don't cry reading books. I just don't. I'm a cold-hearted bitch. I know. But there were a couple places where it gotcha. There were a couple places where it really just gotcha, and I really liked. I hadn't realized that it's him going down. He's in his elevator going down, and I felt so sorry for him. Like I was having an asthma attack just reading about all of this smoke accumulating in this elevator. It was an interesting experience. I am also still working on The Blood of Olympus. I am not as far as I should be. I should be probably somewhere around here by now. So I am assuming a lot of this is getting read tomorrow. And tonight, hopefully. Tonight, I am going to sit down, though, for a little bit and watch The 100 because it is the first weekend of our watch-along that I am doing with Professor Q and Novel Serendipity, and we've been, like, going on and on with each other about Season 7 these last couple of months, and so now we just decided we're going to rewatch the entire series, and we're going to talk about it online, and we're going to do that live so people can, like, join us. I also need to, oh, crap, I also need to go look at StreamYard. There's so many things I need to do right now. I don't know. My life is a mess. I have a bullet journal for these things, so I don't have to remember them, okay? Okay. Anyways, so I love this book, and I'm really enjoying it. There's so much that, like, because this is the first time I've reread it, there's so much that I have forgotten. Like, I just did, and this is basically just the new characters bonding with Percy and Annabeth on every single, like, adventure that they have to go on. It is hilarious. Like, this chapters I'm on right now, it's like Leo and Percy have just had a moment, and it's great. I love these children, and they're all just so angry at the Greek gods at this point. They just had to have an experience with a goddess. Not a good experience. The almost dying, barely escaping death kind of experience. And the things that they are doing right now, I'm just like, oh my gosh, it is amazing that you have not been smited yet. Like, between Annabeth, Percy, Leo, Frank, and Jason at this point, I'm just like, how have they not been struck by lightning? I love them so much. I hope no one ever hurts them. So, anyways, we've changed the angle up because I wasn't liking the other angle. And this shows my beautiful rainbow TBR shelves that I finally have. I moved them a little closer so I can actually, like, reach the books without having to get my stool. I have taken, hold on, 1, 2, I have taken 3 books off of that. But the thrift store had 4 books that I wanted to buy last weekend, so I gotta figure out where we're gonna fit those because I still have a whole bunch of stuff over there that I haven't been able to fit up there. I am just now realizing that you guys have already seen this shirt once this week because I wore it on like Tuesday or whatever. That's alright, I only wore it for a couple of hours. Obviously, we have filmed today. I was hanging out with some friends earlier this morning, got rained on while jogging, all of that kind of fun stuff, and now I am at the library and we're gonna go write. I think I only got like 500 words written last night. And I only got 500 words written last night because I was like, oh, I only have 32 words that I need to write. So we're going to write those 32 words because I want a sticker. So to be on track, I would like to be up to 45,000, which means I think I need to write 1,500. I think we're at like 43,600, something like that. And obviously I want all the stickers. So I'm going to try and go for 1,500 instead of 1,400. But we'll see. We'll see. I also have to do some video editing, and then I have a live show tonight. Yeah. And I need to finish, like, I was sitting in the car thinking about the number of things I need to do because I need to write. I need to edit the video that has to go out tomorrow. I'm always behind on these things. I need to get started on Monday's vlog, hopefully. I have the live show tonight, and I need to finish a book, and I need to watch 2 episodes of The 100. Honestly, I don't have to watch the 2 episodes of The 100, but, like, it'd be really dumb if I couldn't keep up with my own expectations of my own watch-along. You know? Maybe I'll watch 1 episode tonight and I'll watch an episode tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. So I think, I don't know. It shouldn't take me, I don't know how long it's going to take me to get 1,500 words, because sometimes I can get 1,500 words done in, like, an hour and a half, and sometimes it's going to take me the rest of the evening. So we'll see. I'll probably like, if I don't finish writing by the time I'm done here, by the time the library closes, I probably will be done writing for the day, and I will get to video stuff. Good news is it is a relatively short video. I think it's only like, maybe it's under 20 minutes. I hope it's under 20 minutes. I really do. I really do.
This library's AC is having a time right now. Like, it's having issues, so please ignore the weird noise. I just looked at my word count. I thought I was at 43,600. I am at 42,600, which means I have 2,400 words that I need to add today. It's fine. I might just try and see if I can't get 2,000 added today. If I can get to 44,500, that would leave me only 1,500 to add tomorrow. Would be good. We'll see. We'll see how it works. I mean, at least this week I've been getting pretty decent progress done on the book. Also, I will add that like 60,000 is my goal, because that's when I want to have it finished by. I don't want to have over 60,000 words to edit, especially since I tend to add while I'm editing. I'm checking. There's nobody in the quiet room with me, so I feel no guilt like talking to y'all. But like if it finishes up before 60,000 words, I don't care. I would prefer for it to finish up closer to 50,000 words, so I, again, have less to edit and deal with. But, because I know I'm going to be adding stuff, because there's stuff that just isn't developed in this draft, because I'm like, I don't care about this. This is a subplot that can be worked in later, where once I know what the main plot is supposed to be. I mean, like, I have an idea of what the main plot is supposed to be, but obviously I'm discovering what it actually is as I am working on this book. I'm gonna sit down and I am going to put down I didn't do my daily setup for my bullet journal last night, so I'm gonna do that today. Do that real quick, I guess, get everything caught up. Also, thank you to everyone who in the last vlog did not like roast me for writing July when it should be August. This is what happens when you just copy the same theme from month to month because you didn't use last month's theme. But I'm gonna go ahead and get that done and see how that works. Ooh, I can cross a filming thing off of this. And if you don't think I'm not going to put stuff that I have already done today on my daily setup so that I can check it off and feel good about myself, you're wrong. Okay, so it is Monday at this point, which means I need to wrap this Questathon vlog up. I did not vlog at all yesterday. My bad. I was a little bit too busy trying to get everything that I needed to get done yesterday done. We managed. I am in bad lighting. Ooh, why? I'm gonna stand back here because the lighting is better. Anyways, so I'm just gonna wrap up what I read this week, what I wrote this week. We'll start with what I read because I was slightly more successful, I feel. So we finished 2 books this week, which was the number that we needed to finish to make the basic goal for the readathon. The first book we finished, well, actually we finished more than 2 books this week, but we finished 2 books that were not actually actual TBR. I also finished, what is it? So I finished Cress, which was my audiobook at the beginning of the week. It was amazing. I am now reading Winter. I just started it and I just can't wait. Like, Cress was the book I was waiting for. I gave it 5 stars. I loved it. I also started reading, well, actually I started and finished Sanctuary. This is all my nudes TBR, so I'm not going to talk too much about it, but like, this was such an unexpected surprise. The first couple chapters of this book, I was like, I'm not sure I like this book, like the first chapter or so, and then the story started and it got going and I was like, oh my gosh, like, this was one of those that I hadn't thought through, like thinking about it, I should have known going into this that this would be the kind of romance that I would enjoy and like. I hadn't thought through those implications, otherwise I probably would have finished this a lot sooner. It is kind of like enemies to lovers, because she is a junior guard on this space station prison and she gets kidnapped. She gets kidnapped by the inmates on this prison they're all teen inmates. They're superpowered teens. And from there, she kind of starts to realize that what the corporation has been telling her about these anomalies is untrue. And then some whole other weird stuff starts going on. And like, it's so good. It's so good. Like, it starts out as just these inmates trying to get out of this prison. And then like everything goes to hell. And it is amazing. I enjoyed it so much. And like, I remember I was trying to make my most anticipated reads list for the second half, which I still need to like
put out there for the second half of the year, and I skipped over the sequel to this book, but it is now on one of my, like, I need to get this new release now lists because it just was so much fun. I'm so glad I'm reading sci-fi again. It's great. So my actual TBR picks that I read were, as you saw, Long Way Down by Jason Reynolds. I gave this 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. I really think that he was very effective in the story that he told. Again, I'm not the biggest fan of the ending because I like my endings to kind of be wrapped up with a bow. This is definitely not that, but it still is a very, like, strong, powerful ending, and I feel like he did what he was trying to do through this book. I really enjoyed it. I really recommend it if you're looking for a book in verse. And finally, I managed to finish The Blood of Olympus by Rick Riordan. Let me tell you, it was a close thing. We were going into the live show, which we actually ended up having to postpone anyways, but we were going into the live show and I had like 4 hours of reading left. So I found the audiobook on the Scribd and I put it on 2.5 times. I didn't realize that I could understand 2.5 times, but I sat there with it at 2.5 times reading as I was listening to the audiobook. It worked pretty well. I stopped for my favorite part. If you want to take a guess as to what my favorite scene in this book is, you can. I stopped at my favorite part, and I read that like normally because I just wanted to really take it in again, but I loved this. I think this is my 3rd favorite of Rick Riordan's books, so it goes Mark of Athena, House of Hades, Blood of Olympus. Even though we don't get as much of Percy and Annabeth in this one, and they are my faves, I love them so much, I still really, really enjoyed it. I have some things that I will have to say in the live show, so I'm not going to go too much into this, but it's such a good book, and it's like the perfect ending. Everyone I wanted to end up together ends up together. It's just, I'm happy with life having finished this book, and I really want to reread it all over again because I didn't really get to tab it because I switched to the audiobook. So we're gonna have to reread this probably next year, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I think just rereading the Percy Jackson series is going to be something that I do every year. Obviously, the focus of this vlog was more reading than writing. However, we made it from 39,697 words to 44,154 words. So we're getting there. We are getting there. It wasn't 46,000 words like I would have liked, but at the same time, I think aiming for word count is not going to help me because I still have 12 chapters to go. So I think I need to be aiming more like, let's finish 6 chapters this week. How that's going to happen, I don't know. But like that's for next week's vlog and not for this week's vlog. That is my vlog for Questathon. I had so much fun with this readathon. I'm glad that we did it, and I can't wait to talk to you guys about The Blood of Olympus. I will let you know as soon as we reschedule that live show. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. I make videos 2 to 3 times a week about books and writing, and I would love to see your lovely face here on a regular basis. If you want more of me, all of my social medias will be down in the description box. That is it for now, my friends. Happy reading, and I will see you later when we will talk about more wordy, nerdy things. Bye!